Yo, what's up guys? It's Rosebeth and welcome to my channel. I hope you're fine, I hope you're great, and I hope this video finds you well. Yay! I'm coming to you on a Friday morning. What time is it? 9:16 it is. 9:16 in the morning. I took this week off from work. So yeah, I can make a video on a Friday morning. How amazing, which is perfect because the weather has been quite horrible the last days. It's been raining a lot, it's cold, and you know, all that kind of thing. Yeah, and this is me under the blankets in the morning. Kids are in school, and I can just stay home under my blanket with my cup of coffee and make a video. Oh, amazing. Life is so amazing. Yeah, anyway, let's talk COVID, people. Let's talk Corona. My goodness. The last couple of weeks, it's been getting a little crazy in Germany. And hence the question, are we facing a second wave? Are we like in the midst of a second wave in Germany? That's what you want to talk about, okay? Yeah, because yesterday it hit a new case record. Yesterday we had 11,200 new cases in one single day. Crazy. 11,200. It's like unbelievably my God, if I remember in August, we had like 1,000 new cases a day, 1,000 new cases. And even at the beginning of this whole pandemic, like in March, we had like 4,000 or 5,000. We were like, oh, that's so much. That's so much. And now, 11. It's like mind blowing. And today also, we have 11,000 cases, new cases. Just take a moment and think about that. It's really a lot. In 2 days, those are over 20,000 new cases. Yeah, I think everyone in Germany at this moment is a little bit worried. Worried why? Because, first of all, people are confused. People don't exactly know what awaits them. And to add some insult on it, many people actually don't even know what is expected of them, right? For example, it's been a little bit of a patched regulations and measures everywhere in every state. Like the Mecklenburg-Vorpommern have their own measures, the Bavarians have their own measures, the Berlinians have their own measures, the NRVs have their own measures, and it's a little bit confusing. For example, last week my daughter wanted to come from Berlin to Bavaria, and we were all like, Berlin is becoming like a hotspot. Bavaria does not want people traveling in from hotspots. Can my daughter come now to me or not? And I was calling, asking, and no one really kind of had an idea of what was happening or what was supposed to be kept or not kept. I called the Deutsche Bahn. I'm like, so what's the deal here, people? Can someone travel from Berlin to Bavaria? And they're like, we really don't know. Can you just check the RKI, like the Robert Koch Institute website? And I'm like, what? I want some information about traveling through the train, right? The Deutsche Bahn. And the Deutsche Bahn workers had no idea what to do. I had to go myself to the Robert Koch Institute website and find like any information I could get about traveling from Berlin to Bavaria, which is crazy because workers of the Deutsche Bahn should be informed about traveling with the Deutsche Bahn. But that was not, it was crazy. No one knew. Do you need like a negative corona test if you're traveling from a hotspot? And are there like differences if I'm coming somewhere like a business trip or to visit family? Does it make a difference? And no one really could tell me when or how it's going to be checked or controlled. It was crazy. And it's not just about traveling, it's about everything actually. I mean, now it's kind of a little bit clearer because the chefs had their meeting last week, and our Moody talked to us and told us what is expected. The thing is, when they say something like, we advise this and this and this, does that mean when you do this and this and this that it's punishable? Or it's just like it's upon you to choose if your conscience can live with that or not. It's a little bit confusing. So for many Germans, it's a little confusing. For many Germans, it's a very worrying situation because it's so many uncertainties. You don't know, how are you going to face a second lockdown? How we? And how high must the new cases be so that we can continue life like we know it? It's crazy. Another thing that has been happening of late in Germany is that there have been a lot of Hamsterkäufer. Yeah, they are going to the supermarkets and taking all the toilet paper and all like they were doing in the first wave. So yeah, that's going on. Yeah, what else? Schools are still going on, right? Like I told you in my last video, the difference now is there is a complete division between different areas, right? If an area has surpassed this threshold of 50 new infections in the last 7 days on 100,000 people, then this particular area goes down. Just that area. And if you check on the map, I will leave the map somewhere on the map on the screen, that you can see the differences between those areas in August compared to now in October. It's crazy. Back then, there were so many areas which had almost no cases, and the red cases were just a few. But now it's just the opposite. Almost everywhere is red, just a few cases are a little bit free. Unbelievable. Another thing that has been happening in Germany, there is the introduction of the corona, what is it called? Corona Ampel. It's like the traffic light with the states getting the colors, yeah? Like in the traffic you have the green, orange, red, depending on how dangerous or how high the infections in that area are. Yeah. So yeah, testing has been going quite good so far. Many people are getting tested. Maybe that's why we have the infections, new infections getting high. But don't be kidded. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, don't get yourself fooled, because if you look at the ratio between the new infections and the total people getting tested, it's still higher now. So yeah, generally there are more infections now than there were in the first wave. Okay. Another thing which has been happening is that many new cases now are young people. Unlike in the first wave, when we had very many old people getting the disease, because it was believed like it's a old people's disease, and the young people were like, yes, we cannot get it. And now, no. Sorry, my dears. Now, why is it so? Because the young people are quite ruthless. They just go partying and all that kind of socializing. It's kind of weird, because when I remember last year, it was so difficult to get children out of their houses. It was like people just go out, do something with your friends, and they're like, no, I want to stay home. And now all of a sudden, no one wants to stay home. They just want to go out and do something with their friends. It's like insane. What? Crazy. People are weird beings. They just want that what they cannot have. But we always knew that, right? Oh my God. So yeah, the ampel, the young people getting sick. Yeah, the hospitalization, however, has kept itself kind of in a limit. And this is because they are young people who are getting positive results, right? And young people, they don't show that extreme symptoms. So they are not going to end up in the ICU. They're not going to end up in some hospital or anything. They're just going to have some symptoms a few days and then back. So yeah, the hospitalization has kept itself a little bit controlled. Yeah, of course, because the young people are getting sick. What else has been going on corona-wise? Yeah, yes. So I talked about the patches. Every state is like settling its own measures on its own. Yeah, I think actually that's it. We are, yeah, trying our best to keep life working as normal as possible, but also as careful as possible. Our chancellor has appealed to everyone to please keep the A plus L rules, measures, because that's the only way we are going to keep safe. So the mask, the hygiene, disinfecting of hands, and we have the distancing, and we have the app. We have the app. I didn't mention the app. We have a Corona app, which is going to alarm you if you are in some contact with a positive person for some time. Then you are going to get tested yourself. Yeah. So the app, and then we have the, yeah, getting your homes, your offices, some fresh air after some time. The Luftung. Yeah. So what? Oh yeah, our Minister of Health was also tested positive. Mr. Span, gute Besserung. I hope you'll be well very soon, sir. And what else? Yeah. That's all actually from the corona side. And then some of you might be wondering, Rose, what's happening in Kenya? You never talk about anything coronavirus related about Kenya. Yeah. So Kenya, thank God, has been handling the corona situation so far quite good. I must applaud the government because they reacted really fast. It was crazy. It was instant. I think the first case was detected in Kenya, and then everything was shut down. Schools, work, it was just like total lockdown. Yeah, and that went for months. And that also affected, of course, so many other aspects of life, like the economy and so many other things. But when it comes to the coronavirus, Kenya has kept the numbers well controlled. As of today, we have 47,000 total cases. That 3,000 of them have already recovered, and we have like 870 people who have died of coronavirus, which is a quite great number. I mean, every death is a death too many, but putting into consideration that Kenya doesn't have the medical status like in the West, or those control measures that you can really control, I think Kenyans went about very mindful to this pandemic, which is wow, great. Another thing, because we were all praying, we were like, oh my God, I hope it never hits Africa, because when you see how the Western countries are or were struggling with this thing, we were like, as soon as it hits the continent, my dear, we are going to be eradicated. And I am so thankful to God that this was not the case. I think it's not just because the people really took it seriously from the word go, because they know all that's at stake. But I think Kenya also has a very young population compared to many other Western countries. And like we know, the state of the disease is that it affects the older people severer than the younger people. That means in most African countries, or like for example in Kenya, even though many people were infected, many would be symptomless because they are young and they are vibrant and their immune system is just intact, right? So yeah, the fact that the testing is not as much as it's done in the Western countries is also obvious, but that does not count as the cases are more because we are not testing. I don't believe so, because if there were more cases, there would also be more deaths, but that has not been the case. There has not been an overly documentation of deaths in the period. So I think the fact that the population in Kenya is so young has also helped to put the deaths and the cases really low. Another thing is that it could be that Kenyans have some kind of immunity because they have some antibodies against some other coronavirus. You never know. And I think there have not been studies that have been carried out to find that anyway. But all in all, what I wanted to say is that Kenyans have handled their numbers quite well. It's been quite steady for a while. So in that period of time, since the first case was detected till now, 870 people have died. It's 870 people too many, but let's not forget, it could be worse. It could be worse. So thank God, and I hope it stays like that. Kenyans are hoping that the schools are not going to be opened this year, because I think the government doesn't really have like that particular plan on how they are going to keep the distances and the hygiene. But yeah, schools are going to open. I think they open this week, right? Or is it next week? Anyway, schools are going to open and parents are a little bit freaked out, of what might happen. So we are keeping our fingers crossed that things will remain the way they are and that they are not going to explode when the schools open. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that was it about the corona. And I don't know if you've heard, but there have been demonstrations taking place in Nigeria. I know it's corona time and people have to go to the streets to demonstrate. You have to, I don't know, it's crazy. You know, sometimes things happen all at the same time, so you're like, what the hell? But I don't know. If you've not heard about it, the young people in Nigeria are going to the streets because they are demonstrating against police brutality. They have been demonstrating against police brutality, which has been going on for quite a while now. And it's the group of police called SARS, and it is a group of police department which was called to life to fight against kidnapping and theft and all that kind. And they ended up being the brutal ones, and the young people are ending up being the victims. They are fed up. They are really fed up, because if you watch those videos on YouTube, you will see how disgusting and how inhumane, and it's just animalistic what those policemen are doing. So yeah, if you like, let's just join the Nigerians and fight against this group police department people, against police brutality, against inhumanity, against everything which does not conform with human rights, right? So yeah, hashtag end SARS and police brutality. Yeah. And we have to join together for these kind of things. It sounds so familiar when I remember America is dealing with the same thing, and Kenya has also been dealing with such police brutality of late. It's crazy. I think Corona is driving people a little crazy. But yeah, let's pray. Let's pray for Nigeria, and hope that things will be good soon, and that the government, yeah, if not overtaken, it will change. That will be good. That will be good. Yeah, so hashtag endsars. Endsars. All right, I think this was a very long video. My goodness, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. And by the way, if you've not subscribed to my channel, come on, subscribe, please. This helps me so much. And let's see you in my next video. I don't have so much of an outro. They are called, right? I don't have so much of an outro, so see you by my next video. Please stay safe. Please stay safe. Keep the L rules. And till next time, please say mwah. I will love you and leave you. Ciao.